Good morning. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professionals IGP. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professionals IGP. Thank you, honorable knowledge seekers. Today I am your host for the morning. My name is Priyanka. I am from Bangladesh. Dear knowledge seekers, I am proud to be associated with IGP. IGP is a social and IOC certificate international educational and training institute. In the last years, we have already served 35 million plus knowledge seekers from 100 plus countries. IGP is internationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 450 plus professions and 4,500 plus organizations. Institute of Global Professionals IGP and ISO 9001, 1050 and 1000 2080 is a training facility for skill development which was founded in 2020 and is generating competent candidates to meet demand in the global labor market by providing professional qualification. The Institute of Global Professionals is an educational institute that provides social work globally recognized and reputable, with service students and community resources providing holistic social work and education. We believe that it's not effective to increase one's skills just by affording formal education. So we provide effective training and consultation to generate proficient generations all over the world. We distribute our services locally, nationally, and internationally to students, job seekers, job holders, and also for learners to respective campus locations and distance learning platforms were an occupational and dependable institution. IGP is one of the famous online institutes from all over the world. Our vision is education is not a business program. It's a part of our human right. Based on our vision, we are trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinars, seminars, courses, awards, quiz competitions, monitoring, and counseling, etc. On the other side, we are also trying to offer more than 100 premium services for free, like creating our portfolio website. Resume builder, cover letter, motivation letter, and one knowledge platform for gathering general knowledge which can upgrade all day. Kites learning game website, free courses, converter sites, and many more. We have to empower you to learn to meet their expectation and dreams and become highly skilled before. We implement several training programs, webinars, and offer online courses for youth and learners by professional trainers, speakers, and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by globally renowned professionals who develop all kinds of youth and to promote the education of their abilities and personalities. Spreading knowledge is crucial for the Institute of Global Professionals. We believe that knowledge is love and light and vision. So we try to understand the needs of today's generation and to serve them with good research and practice method. We must have a genuine concern for the learners. We represent more diversity, growth, and innovation are required to lead a session with professionalism, passion, and integrity. IGP members are committed to offering effective base quality service and continual improvement so that individuals who seek information can improve their skill levels and value. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable to us. Thank you. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable to us. Moving to the next, with your continuous support, we have already 1,499 websites successfully. Wow. Moving to the next, with your continuous support, we have already completed 1,499 webinars successfully. Dear IGP speakers, participants, and well-wishers, at this moment, this is a very important message for you all. We changed and designed our website www.eduigp.com. On this website, we have surprises for everyone. Hope you will be benefited. We already launched our new website where you can find all our previous activities together with lots of new features. But one strong point is that without an account or login, you can't enjoy our services. So create your account for once with your proper information. Note that with your proper information, you will enjoy all features. With mismatched data, you can't do anything here. From now on, you have to participate in live quiz competitions on our website. We replace Slido. You have to join directly on our website. Now you can check all of our previous webinars with verified e-certificates. Now it's easier and time oriented. Because after this session, we will not provide you with any code for certification. You have to take part in one exam. After that, if you pass, you will receive your certificate. Otherwise, not. But you can take part in one exam unlimited till you pass. If you are an IGP speaker, you can download all your previous certificates, your speakership certificate. If you are a host of IGP, you can download your certificate of graduate. If you are an online quiz competition winner, you can download your certificate of participation. If you are selected for a lifetime membership, then you can download a certificate of lifetime membership easily. Besides this, if you participate in any award function which organized component support with IGP, you can download that also. You can instantly prepare and download 80 types of financial certificates from our website within a minute. Certificate of Global Professional Membership, Certificate of Global Influencer during the pandemic, Certificate of Active Knowledge Seeker, Certificate of Social Activities during the pandemic, Certificate of Active Management Knowledge Scheme Com 2020, Certificate of Active Management Knowledge Scheme Com 2021, Certificate of Active Management Knowledge Scheme Com 2022, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 1 Authentic Assessment in Teaching Learning, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 2 Teaching English as a Foreign Language and Assessment, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 3 Digital Classroom, Thank you so much. Two certificate of participation in for the new trends in education. Certificate of participation in series 5, upskilling national leadership and managerial skill. Certificate of participation in series 6, trends and innovation in mathematics education. Certificate of participation in series 7, research and comprehensive approach. Certificate of participation in series 8, art in teaching a special program in the arts. Certificate of participation in series 9, 21st century tools in teaching mathematics. Certificate of IGP Corporate Ambassador, Certificate of IGP Campus Ambassador, which you can prepare and download within a minute. Now, from now on, you can participate in 1000 plus international level quizzes with verified e-certificates, teaching tips for teachers, health tips for parents, health tips for teenage, gamification tools for teachers. You can join IGP Alumni. You can check out our 50 plus premium services website for free and many more. Dear IGP issues, we promised previously, but lack of technical issues, we are late sending you on time. This is a great opportunity to collect your previous credentials to solve all issues from our website. Now you can enroll, reset password, everything. You can check your dashboard for all webinar details. It's a cordial request to you. Check all buttons and pages on our website. Surely I can say you will be benefited. Thank you. But note that without an account or login, you cannot enjoy our services. At present, our webinar now, the program webinar now is 1501 and webinar program name is Unleashing the Entrepreneurial Spirit in the Digital Era. And our today's speaker is Hardiana Dwi Nurfika. She is from Indonesia, entrepreneur, trainer, and practitioner, and again, I say today's speaker is Hardiana Dwi Nurfika. She is from Indonesia and entrepreneur, trainer, and practitioner. This is Education Center.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, ma'am.
Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone across the globe, and warm welcome to this highly anticipated webinar on the topic Entrepreneurial Spirit in the Digital Era organized by Institute of Global Professional. First of all, thank you so much for the host today for the introduction and for having me on today's webinar. My name is Herjana Nufika from Indonesia, and I'm really honored to be your speaker for today's session where we will delve into the remarkable intersection of entrepreneurship and the digital landscape. Because before we start the presentation, I want to highlight that in this era of rapid technological advancement and interconnectedness, we found ourselves standing at the threshold of endless possibilities. And the digital revolution has not only disrupted industry, but has also unlocked immense potential for innovation, collaboration, and personal growth. So it's within this transformative context that we gather here together to explore the indispensable need for entrepreneurial spirit in navigating in the digital era. So without any further ado, let me share my presentation.
Thank you, ma'am. Now you start your presentation.
Okay, is it visible? Already share it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so it's visible, right? So as the host already introduced, I'm from Indonesia and I'm an master practitioner and entrepreneur as I'm founder of this education center, HDN stuff, and my upcoming business called Brainly Firm. And beside that, I'm also ICT therapist and RBD therapist and mental health advocate as well. So in today's session, we will talk about the changing landscape of entrepreneurship, the characteristic of innovative minds, the digital tools for entrepreneurs, and challenges and opportunities for innovative minds. And the last one is, of course, strategies for unleashing the entrepreneurial spirit. But before we start with the main material, I want to highlight a popular quote. It says like, never start a business just to make money, but start a business to make a difference. Why I put this in the beginning of session? Because I want to highlight for those entrepreneurs, especially young entrepreneurs, before they start a business, make sure that you have a vision and mission which will make a difference in this world. Because if your concentration or if your main goal, vision, mission is only to make money, then when you seems like didn't earn enough money from that business, then you can end up procrastination and overwhelm easily, which leads to give up to start or even continue that business. That's why it's really important to put on your mind that you want to make a difference in this world, whether you're going to maybe make a product, service, or some kind of things like that. But your vision and mission has to be clear in the first mindset. So entrepreneurship and innovation, we know that it's really crucial, especially in this digital era, because yeah, with the technology advancement and its disruption, it seems like any kind of entrepreneurs, they can bring you opportunities in this era. Because yeah, something that seems like impossible back to 5 years or 10 years ago, nowadays it becomes possible. Some people say that we might lose the job in this digital era because yeah, we know exactly that there are so many AR innovation and it seems like so many people lost their job, but actually it's not something like that. Let's say if you lose your job, for example, because of the AI or any kind of technology advancement, you have to keep in mind that you can create a new job for yourself and for others as well, because entrepreneurship is a key driver of job. Because yeah, if with the digital economy we can involve the innovative minds, we can combine several things on our mind, so we can make sure that if there's some kind of doors that close for us and other people, we can make sure with our innovative minds that there will be new doors for us. That's why our topic for today is also improve the creative mindset. So the changing landscape of entrepreneurship really affect 4 points. Actually, maybe There might some bigger points, but these four things are the bigger one. First, increased connectivity. The second is new business models. Third is big data. And the last one is, of course, social media. Why it can increase connectivity? Because we all know that digital technology has enabled businesses to connect with customers, suppliers, and partners more easily and at lower cost. So this created new opportunities for entrepreneurs to build businesses that leverage this condition. Imagine that back to maybe few years ago, where it's really difficult to have deal with our customers or with our partnership just because of the distance. Maybe if we have to travel to another city, to another country, it costs more, or even if we want to make a call, it costs more. But nowadays, everything seems so easy. We can even have a free call across the globe. So it makes the stronger connection. That's why digital era also increase connectivity. Next is, of course, new business models, because in this digital technology, it enabled business model to emerge, such as online marketplace, subscription services, and sharing economy platforms. You know exactly what we are doing right now. We are best in online place, right? Maybe it's possible to do such a things like this back to 5 years ago, but we might not reach many audience or participants if we compare to right now. So these new business models, we have to thank to the advancements of technology, and this model actually have disrupted traditional industry. Maybe we know that back to many years ago, we only have training center, which is, yeah, we have to meet in person, we have to travel to another city, we have to travel to another countries just to make a course or training from a reputable institution or maybe from a reputable company provider. But nowadays, everything has changed, right? So these models have disrupted traditional industry and created new opportunities for entrepreneurs. Nowadays, you can check the research. There are so many startups which concern with the edupreneurs. So people can create a new opportunities for themselves and for other people by concerning in education, but they still engage entrepreneurship. So it's called like edupreneur, that they provide some knowledge, they sell the services, they sell the something that we call like maybe you over a courses, you over a training and so on. So it's really so it's really possible nowadays, and we can reach more potential audience nowadays compared to back 2 years ago. Next is big data. So digital technology has enabled businesses to collect, analyze, and act on vast amounts of data in real time. Again, back to many years ago, we have to collect it individually, personally. And when we talk about collect it individually and manually, we know that it takes more time, it takes more cost, and yeah, there might be error in human while doing it, while collecting data. So it in this case, we can actually anticipate such things like that. I'm not going to say that this big data is completely perfect, but I could say compared to the human working and for collecting data in this specific field, it's better. It costs less, it's more efficient, and shows a lot less error than compared to the human as well. So this thing already created new opportunities for entrepreneurs to build business that use data analytics to drive growth and innovation. We know that, let's say maybe many startups start their company, okay, and they feel like stuck. And we live in the digital age. If you want to get improved, if you want to get maybe professional growth for our business, then we have to analyze data. We have to see what kind of the things that our competitors did, or what kind of the things that our competitor might will do in the future. So we need to analyze this thing. And with the big data, it makes the entrepreneurs get the result much easier compared to the years ago. And again, thanks to our advancement of technology. And the last one, which is I think, yeah, the most powerful tool nowadays is social media, because with the social media, businesses really make easier to connect with customer, and they can build brand awareness easily through social media platform. For example, even a small business or even a startup, they can start their Instagram account or maybe their Facebook account and they start to build their brand awareness to their followers, to their maybe subscribers on YouTube, and they can share story which will reach more people. So it makes you get more audience, and when the conversion brings you more audience, there is a higher possibility that you can get the sales, which is will be beneficial for the company. So with this social media, it has created new opportunities for entrepreneurs to build businesses that leverage social media to reach customers and build communities. Like we do really understand that sometimes when we want to regenerate response to another people or our customers, we have to take survey, or maybe you need to fill in a questionnaire or something like that. But with the social media, you can simple regenerate the response, like maybe simple leave review on the Facebook. We have the option on the Facebook page where you can leave review whether you like, whether you want to give recommendation in the certain Facebook page or not. Or even on the Instagram, you can also left the comment. You can address how is your feeling when you use the certain products, or how is your experience when you use the certain services. We make it a much easier. So it's like automatically we will get the testimonials even without asking. But compared to years ago, we have to do it by ourselves, like asking for filling the questionnaire or sending the link to just maybe let them know how is their experience to certain products or certain services that we provide. So it's really take more efficient time for the entrepreneur for getting such a big data. So we know that a startup play a critical role, especially in these disrupting traditional industries, because yeah, with the startup, they come up with the new products, new service, and of course the business model that actually challenge those old businesses. And I think I'm going to share some ways which startups are disrupting traditional industry. First, innovative products and services. Many established big companies they got disrupted by the startup because with the innovative mindset, now the startup puts everything. Okay, like they try to put probably maybe one product combined to another services, and they really make it combined. And next is the startup disruptive models. So with these disruptive business models, it means like you got to change what actually you're going to offer. And next is agile development, access to funding, and the digital technology itself. So it's really changed in many ways. I'm not going to say that startup is going to win, or maybe the traditional businesses cannot really maybe try to hold on this technology advancement. But what I'm saying is actually it just shows that the innovative mindset from entrepreneur has really grown so much faster than what we have expected before. For example, I have some example in the startup in transportation niche. For example, like Uber and Lyft and the hospitality, we have Airbnb, and the retail we have Amazon. We know exactly that these companies really make everything change. And as the customers, we feel like okay, they bring more easier access for us to maybe to take transportation, to book a hotel, or even to buy something, for example, like in the Amazon, and even in the finance services, we already got the disruptive startup as well, like from Square and Stripe. We know exactly that from years, for many years, international transaction, it seems like we rely on PayPal much. Okay, for example, I'm in Indonesia, and if I want to have a customer in the United States or from another European countries, then I'm going to choose PayPal as the payment gateway, because yeah, I think that's the best option. But nowadays we have Square, we have Stripe, which we can even install it, or we can add the plug-in on our marketplace. So it means that it's really make the entrepreneurs get much easier access So these challenges, as I have mentioned before, really challenge the old models businesses. So of course, the traditional industry, they need to adapt and innovate with the current trends because if they don't do it, then they're going to left behind there and the customers are going to go for the new models. So next is characteristic of innovative minds. When we talk about entrepreneur in the digital era, of course, we have to be able to have a characteristic of innovative minds because we need to innovate something. We need to innovate whether it's product or services. And there are some kind of the types in here that I put on my presentation. There are five. Maybe some people might going to say actually there are more than five characteristics for innovative mindset, but for me this is the most important five characteristics for entrepreneur. First is of course creativity because innovative minds often characterized by their ability to think outside of the box, like they come up with creative solutions to complex problems. It's not only they come up with the creative idea, they also have to be able to resolve or maybe to really get with the current problems that maybe that entrepreneur or the team are facing. So they are able to approach challenges with fresh perspective as they often think out of the box and they are not bound by conventional thinking. So, okay, maybe we have done a several old pattern in our business and it doesn't successfully, so we have to find new ways. Those people with the innovative mind, they don't mind to start something new, but many people are worried to start something new because there is no role model existent before. Next is resilience. This is also important because innovative minds are able to bounce back from setbacks and failures. So they see the challenges as opportunities to learn and grow, and they are not determined by obstacles in their path. Because when we talk about entrepreneur and a kind of the businessman, actually there is no perfect story. We might face the challenges. We might really find something difficulties. Even some big entrepreneurs, they went bankrupt for their several businesses at the beginning, but it doesn't mean that they have to stop at the time. They still really understand that, yeah, those challenges are the opportunities to learn because when we don't fail in something, then how could we know that we are going to grow, right? Because we need to be able to see the challenges as opportunities for growth. So when you have maybe a problem or challenges, you know exactly that it's okay to take a break, but it means that you have to continue it. You know exactly how to bounce back again from the setbacks and the failures when you are not feeling well. I'm not saying that you should keep forcing yourself. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is when you want to implement this resilience in the entrepreneur mindset, you can try to tell yourself that it's okay to take a break. It's okay to feel bad, to feel sad about the challenges that you face, but it's not okay to let yourself to fall into that state for longer time because you need to bounce back again. Next is adaptability. Why I put adaptability in here? Because we know that we live in the digital era where we see so much constant changes, like the changing circumstances and the environments. Because, for example, like new AI innovation or maybe new AI advancement. So it actually changed our circumstances and environment. So if the entrepreneur doesn't have the adaptability characteristic in their personality, then how could they stay up to date with the current trends in the technology advancement? Or how could they come up with the new ideas for continue their businesses? Because with the adaptability, those entrepreneurs or as entrepreneur, they need to pivot their strategies and approach based on new information or feedback. Remember, if you want to start a business, you also have to be able to be adaptability because If you're not, then you might don't want to listen any kind of feedback or new information. But in the thing that we have to consider or we have to highlight is if you want to be an entrepreneur, you have to be a someone with an open ear but still realistic mindset. You need to accept the feedback, whether it's negative or positive. So you need to accept both ways, and you also have to be a person that implement lifelong learning. Don't really give up with any kind of the new information and try to implement it in your current business. Next is risk taking. So innovative minds are willing to take calculated risks in order to pursue new opportunities or idea. It's really good for us if we take a risk, but it doesn't mean that we shouldn't calculate it. So we know that entrepreneurs have to be able to take a risk because that risk might be our next opportunities. That risk might be our new maybe masterpiece, who knows? And if we don't take it, how could we know that we can grow in our business? But it doesn't mean that we can, okay, there is something, maybe project that we should take a risk to have that project, but without calculation, it's such a full game. Because if you are willing to take a risk but you didn't take your time to analyze, to calculate everything, then it will end up with torture yourself. So you need to calculate it first. You need to be able to take a risk, of course, but at that time it means that you are ready to analyze and calculate it. Next is passion, because we know that if you are not passionate about something, you might feel overwhelmed for doing it. Let's say you are an entrepreneur in maybe in technology niche or in the fashion niche, but that's actually not your passion. For example, your passion is in a digital niche. So when you are doing it, maybe it's just half of ideas that you contribute to your business. But if you are really passionate about it, then even if one day you find challenges or really difficult times, you know exactly what's the first reason you start that business. Like say, that's my passion. So when the first why, when you start the business is strong, you can still stand still at the end of the day, whether you have a big problems or big challenges in that business or not. Because we need that passion to create and also to motivate our desire to create something new. Like if you are a half person in the team, for example, that maybe you are not really passionate about your project or maybe your specific niche that you are doing, then I could assure that maybe you will get overwhelmed after 3 years or after 3 years, because as human we might feel bored. So there's no guarantee as well. But if you are passionate about something, then you try to love about your job, about your businesses. So these five traits are really essential for success in the fast pace, because the rapidly changing digital era really need those people with innovative mindset, because they can navigate the challenges and opportunities in this environment. As I have mentioned that in this era, we have witnessed the constant change every single day, and we need to be adaptive in this era. So this innovative mindset is really important. Next is I have, like you can see in the screen, some steps that you can do when you want to start a business. First is observe. Like I have said, we need to be able to analyze, we need to be able to take the risk, even though maybe it's going to be bad. But before we take the risk, before we calculate, we need to observe something. So we have to look at the world and get an idea from a current product or a problem. When you want to study, you have to see what kind of the problem that you can solve. Like I have mentioned in the beginning of the session, that You need to make a difference when you want to start a business, because if your orientation is only money oriented, then it's going to make you fall in the procrastination. Next is current situation, to the other people, to your college, to your partner as well. You have to be able to adaptive with any kind of feedback or new information. Next is no. Why I put no in here, because yeah, if you want to be an entrepreneur, especially in this digital age where you need to learn many tools, many new tools, many AI tools, for example, you have to make sure that you have the certain skills and knowledge that can be applied to solving a problem. Because the bigger plan that we, let's say, we want to highlight as an entrepreneur is we sell product or service to solve a problem. So you cannot solve a problem if you don't have that certain skills or knowledge about it. How can you help other people if you don't know what's the thing that it needs to solve the problem? Next, it's create. So you need to combine your knowledge, your questions, or your even research to create something new, like from by what if. What if I connect people globally with the app, for example? What if I can bring clearer video conference with this blah blah blah? So it can simple come up with from what ifs. It seems like delusional at the first time, but yeah, don't afraid to have a big dream. Next is revise. So you need to analyze your innovative idea through practical application and revise as needed. Let's say you already got the knowledge, you already got the skill, you already got the implementation and the support from people around you, but you need to taste it before you distribute it. So with that being said, that these 5 steps are actually something that you need to think about in the beginning before you start the business, or maybe after you find the clear vision or mission when you want to start a business. So, okay, before we continue, I want to highlight there are many successful entrepreneurs who embody the key traits of innovative mindset, but I just put the 5 big examples that I do really sure that even people across the globe, even though they are not entrepreneurs, they know this man first, the Elon Musk. So Elon Musk, we know that the founder and CEO of SpaceX, Tesla, Neuralink, and the Boring Company, he is known for his creativity, resilience, and adaptability, and of course, risk-taking, especially with the SpaceX. You know how much money he has spent for that company. So he has been able to create and lead multiple successful companies that have disrupted industries and pushed boundaries. When we talk about Elon Musk, I'm not going to say how rich he is. But what I'm going to highlight in here is that, yeah, of course, he faced some kind of challenges, but it doesn't stop here. It doesn't stop him for maybe creating the company or creating his dream to be real. So we don't have to combine all of his personal life story and his business story. What I want to people understand when they look at the successful entrepreneurs is that we have to separate the lives or the personal life story and the professional story, because if we combine these 2 things, we might say, ah, that person is not really good. He did blah blah. He did A, B, C. D. Of course, it's true if it's true. But one thing that we have to be analyzed is we need to be realistic. How does specific person lead his or her business? That's what I want to people understand in this case, because yeah, no one is perfect, right? Even these 5 people, even though they are rich, we know that we cannot guarantee that they have never done something bad. I'm not going to say that rich people can means that they are having a perfect life, because yeah, there is some minus point and plus point as well. Next is Sarah Blakely. So she is the founder of Spanx, which is a shapewear company that has become a global brand. So she embodies the traits of resilience, adaptability, and risk taking as she starts company with just $5,000 and faced numerous setbacks and rejection before achieving success. So both I put here both men and women as well to be clear that we do really have a gender inequality problem, but yeah, it doesn't mean that it's impossible because like you can see here there is Oprah as well. Next is Jeff Bezos. He is founder and CEO of Amazon, which has become one of the world's most valuable companies. Like you can buy anything on Amazon, right? And then he embodies the trait of creativity, resilience, and adaptability, and also risk-taking like the other successful entrepreneurs before. So as he has led to Amazon through numerous transformation and expansion into new business, we can witness that Jeff really have those characteristics of innovative mindset. Next is Mark Zuckerberg. We know that he owns the Facebook, which make him become one of the world's largest social media platforms. So, of course, he embodies the same thing, and it has led the Facebook through numerous change and challenges, including privacy concern and criticism of the platform's impact on society. We know that mostly those famous social media owned by the Facebook. Next is Oprah Winfrey. So he's a media mogul and entrepreneur who has built a successful career in television, film, and publishing. So same with the other entrepreneurs, she embodies resilience and the passion. So she overcome the difficult childhood to become one of the most influential and successful women in the world because she drives by her passion. So here I got a few questions that become your prompts. Why you want to get help, for example, why you want to start a business. First, you need to ask yourself, why did you get started? If you feel like you are getting stuck, if you feel like you have been procrastinating from your business or from letting your business to grow. Next is what do you want to be known for? It's really important question before you start making idea to start a business. Next is what are you most excited to create? So after you know that you want to be known as a digital creator, for example, you have to make it or chunk it down, make it more specific. What are you most excited to create? Because yeah, like I have mentioned before, you have to be passionate about what you are doing. Next is how will your work benefit for your customers and what core values or beliefs underpin your work, like what's missing from your past and how you will measure success is such an important question as well because every individual in this world has their own set of viewpoints about the success for themselves. Next is the mindset shift for the entrepreneur. So there's no perfect ways for entrepreneurship. I think we do really need to shift our mindset. So instead of saying to ourselves that I cannot figure this out, you can try to say every problem has many solutions. Why I put the mindset shift in here? Because if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to sell product or service to other people, you have to believe in yourself first. You have to put the positive self-talk to yourself because imagine how could you expect your customer or your client tell a positive story about your product or your service if you as the founder or maybe as the creator doesn't have the positive self-talk for yourself. That's why we need to shift our mindset. And instead of saying, if I work harder, I'll get better results, it's better to say, success happens when I have fun. Because, yeah, we are doing it with a passion, right? And instead of saying, I'm so far behind, we can say that I'm thriving in my own way because every person has its own story. We can't compare ourselves to another people. Next is if you say or if you find yourself telling you that I'm too scared to take action, you can tell yourself that fear means I'm onto something big. Because the normal thing is people as human nature, they are not here with the something that they have seen regularly or with the environment that they have it every single day. So if you have fear, that it means that something bigger in front of you, right? And if you are doubting yourself, like saying to yourself, what if I mess up? It's important to remind yourself that failure is success in progress. So try to eliminate failure word in your vocabulary and change it into a success in progress because you are keep doing it. You are not stopping yourself for doing what you want to achieve, right? And if you maybe start selling your product or service, and if you worry like what if people say no to my product or to my service, and you keep thinking in those negative mindset, you can tell yourself that the right people will say yes. We cannot make a whole people in this world to say yes to us, but the right people who needs our product, who needs our service, will say yes to us. Okay. Next is selling is hard. We might know that it might not easy, but you can tell yourself, I trust my clients to choose because you know that you have the knowledge, you have the ability to solve their problems. Next is make your smart goals because when you want to have achieved something, you have to make it specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. Because, for example, if you have a big dream and you just want to share that, okay, I want to be rich. I want to have three houses. I want to have five apartments, for example. It's not realistic because you need to make it specific and how could you achieve that and when will you achieve that specific thing is really important to consider it. So you can write down on your notebook, for example, my goal is blah blah blah, and I will track my progress by doing blah blah blah, or I will achieve this goal by doing the following steps. So you know exactly that these things are attainable, and then it's supposed to be relevant because you can write the things like this goal helps me because it can allows me to get more connection or networking, which will bring me more opportunities, for example, in the future. And next is the timeline. So you can tell yourself, like make a deadline for yourself, like I will complete this goal by date, blah blah blah. Because if we set a clear deadline for doing specific thing, we have more responsibility or we put weight on what we want to achieve. But if we only say, okay, I want this specific things, I want this new company, but you don't exactly put the clear debt for yourself, then you will end up in procrastination. So next is digital tools for entrepreneurs. I just put the most profitable and famous. And here first, Facebook. We know exactly that with over 2.8 billion monthly active user, maybe right now it's more than it. Facebook remains one of the most popular social media platforms in the world. Even though nowadays we have TikTok, but we have to witness the strong feedback, the strong power by the Facebook groups. I have to admit it that even though maybe the new user, especially Gen Z right now, maybe they prefer to using TikTok, for example, that we cannot deny the power that Facebook holds for organizing a big events, especially from the big groups that have so many members. So it really can bring us new opportunities to bring customers, to bring clients. So Facebook Marketplace, and we know exactly that. Yeah, that's kind of a new intention from Facebook. It can also provide a platform for business to sell their products directly to consumers in their areas. So it can bring many new innovation. And you can make your own page on Facebook, and you can also sell to the specific groups in the Facebook. Next, it's Instagram. And nowadays, Instagram become a popular platform to business to showcase their products and engage with their customers. Like I have said in the beginning, we don't have to collect the surveys or the questionnaires because yeah, it's this kind of feedbacks nowadays on social media. It's like a regenerate response without even we ask it. Because when we post something, customers or maybe the former clients will leave a comment, which is will be valuable and meaningful for our social media algorithms, which make our social media accounts get opportunities to be seen in the explore page. So it's really great opportunities to do personal branding as well. Because yeah, we can see the Instagram. It has facial nature, and I think it's well suited for whether fashion, beauty, or even lifestyle brands, or even education. It's also great, and Instagram also over advertising and shopping features that allowing businesses to promote their products and drive sales directly from the app. What's unique here in Facebook and Instagram is when they offer advertisement or advertising for a certain post, we can nowadays choose the proper audience that we want. And the price is really lower than what we had before, back to 10 years ago, back to 5 years ago. And let's say we put so much amount of money to advertise our product, but we didn't land in the correct people. But with the advertising in Facebook and Instagram, we can choose who is our target audience, where are they come from, what are their gender, what are their interests. We can choose it before we setting the advertisement in the Facebook and Instagram for certain posts. So we have the full power to choose our audience. So we can make sure that our paid advertisement is not going to be shown to those people who are not interested in our product and services. So yeah, again, this is a good algorithm for our businesses. So to be profitable on Facebook and Instagram, entrepreneurs need to create effective social media marketing strategies. So first, they need to create a strong media presence. Like we need to establish a strong brand presence both on Facebook and Instagram, so we can achieve that by consistent visual style. Like we can post something that really eye-catching to our customer or clients, and then yeah, we can be active on the messaging or even the voice. So use a high quality visual and caption that showcase your products and service, and then of course engage with your audience will bring you more opportunities into your sales, because yeah, it will get them excited to maybe to get to know more about your products before they directly buy it. Next is we can utilize the social media advertising like I have mentioned, because yeah, both Facebook and Instagram offer powerful advertising tools that allow business to target specific audience. Next is we can use the power of social media holds, which means that we can use influencer marketing. Nowadays, we can partner with influencers, whether they are micro influencer or maybe really well-known influencer in any kind of the countries, to promote our products and services to their followers. Because yeah, maybe new startup, for example, they don't have many big numbers of followers, or they don't have organic followers, or maybe organic subscribers. So when they already following a certain influencer, it means like they are interested to that influencer, right? And they take their words maybe seriously to maybe to suggest buying new products or to suggest new places or something like that. So we have to use that opportunities like taking influencer marketing, and then is leverage user generate content. So we need to encourage the customer to create and share content about your products on social media, because this thing can help social proof and credibility for your brand and drive sales through word of mouth. Even though I say both Instagram and Facebook over a really great advertisement, But if we can get it for free, then why not? But nowadays, usually brand or any kind of entrepreneurs or startup, they offer something like if you take a picture or if you take a video and tag our social media, then you get a specific discount. So it means that, of course, it's really interesting for people because they can get discount. They can also get exposure for our social media page as well. So both sides have benefits, and it can really bring more clients and customer because yeah, it comes from word of mouth, which is really powerful, especially if they give a positive reviews. So the next is we can also utilize e-commerce features. We know that on Instagram there's Instagram shopping and Facebook has its marketplace. So we can sell our products directly to this platform. And this feature allows customers to purchase products without leaving the app. So making it easier and more convenient to buy from your business without additional application that the customer has to download, which is consume more size on the phone. So it brings like more efficient for the customer. Next is of course after follow those strategies, we always have to analyze the result. So we need to use analytical tools to track the performance both on Facebook on Instagram because yeah, those data that we have analyzed can help us to make a new decision, to make a new strategy. So it's really important to always evaluate what we have done. Next tool is YouTube and Amazon. So YouTube is the world's largest video sharing platform with over 2 billion monthly active users. So it provides business with an opportunity to create engaging video content and reach a global audience. And YouTube also offers advertising option and monetization feature, which is allow businesses to earn revenue from their videos. Many big companies start to earn their passive income by having a YouTube channel. So if you want to tell your business brand story and if you want to make a personal brand or maybe your company brand, make it people more aware about your brand, you can create a video and make it a YouTube channel because yeah, I think video really get touch with the people much easier than only just a picture that you post on the Facebook or maybe on the Instagram with such a kind of long caption. So it's better to take opportunities because with that being said, you can earn your passive income from the YouTube channel as well. Next is Amazon. As I have mentioned earlier, as Amazon right now is the world's largest e-commerce platform because it provides businesses with a massive audience and powerful tools for selling their products. So with that being said, it can really help the startups to selling their products. So the platform offers a range of services including fulfillment, advertisement, and marketing tools. And it has also Amazon Prime membership program, which also provides businesses with access to loyal customers who are more likely to make repeat purchase. So it can help us to leverage the business. So how can we become more profitable on YouTube and Amazon? So on YouTube, for example, you can create high quality content that provide value to your audience, so already showcase your product and service. And don't forget to always use the keyword or tags to optimize your videos for search and promote them on social media. And also, it can really help drive the traffic and algorithm, which can boost your uh, personal branding or company branding much more effective. Next, if you have a YouTube channel, you can monetize your content. As we know that you can monetize your content through advertising, sponsorship, or even merchandise sales. And you can also sell digital products like ebooks or courses related to your niche. So you can promote your knowledge by making a videos and then after that you explain if you want to get more advanced in the specific course, you can get link in the description and then you can enroll or something like that. You can always sell the digital products on YouTube. Next is utilize Amazon advertising. So you can use Amazon advertising like Facebook and Instagram have to really set a specific shoppers who are searching for products related to your niche. So you can create sponsor products or sponsor brand ads that appear in search results and drive sales because yeah, we know that it's biggest, but when we talk about bigger place, it means that we have more competitors, right? And when you search something, of course, there will be millions of sellers that sell the same products that we sell as well, right? So it's really important to be appear in the at least top 10 in the search on the Amazon. So we can utilize the Amazon advertising. Then, of course, we can use e-commerce features because, yeah, the Amazon have FBA, which is where they can store, package, and ship your products. Next, same like the previous platform I have mentioned, we have to analyze the result because if you want to leverage something, you need to analyze the result, which can bring you more ideas about what's the next step we have to take in. So next is in this digital era, some of you might familiar with Shopify or Etsy. So Shopify is a popular e-commerce platform that allow businesses to create online stores and sell their products. So it sounds like Amazon. It provides range of tools and features, including customizable templates, payment processing, and even shipping integration that you can install on your Shopify account. So Shopify, in this case, also integrates with social media platform and other marketing channels, which is make you as businessman or businesswoman reach customer across multiple channels because yeah, it can interconnect it with many channels. Next is Etsy. So Etsy is a marketplace for handmade and vintage items as well as unique factory manufactured items. So it provides a platform for independent creators and small businesses to sell their products to a global audience. And many people sell digital products on Etsy, but yeah, they have to pay for the listing. So how can we be more profitable on Shopify and Etsy? First, of course, we need to create a strong brand presence because it's online. When it comes to online, we don't know exactly who is the seller, who is our customer, or who is our loyal customer, for example. We don't know their background and etc. So we need to establish a strong brand presence on Shopify and Etsy by creating a consistent visual style, messaging, and voice. So we need to use high quality visual product and also description that we can make customers or potential clients get interest in our products. Next is like I have mentioned on Etsy, you have to make a listing and you need to optimize your listing. So you need to use keywords and tags that actually related to high driven traffic for your specific niche. So you can always use a high quality image and yeah, make sure that you put a great and efficient description that clearly show that your product is what they needed. Next is you can utilize the e-commerce feature. For example, on Shopify, you can use apps and plugins to add features like abandoned cart, recovery, upsells, and even discount to increase sale. And on Etsy, you can use promoted listing to increase visibility and sales. So these things are both on Shopify and Etsy. You can offer exceptional customer service, so you can build loyalty and increase sales. Next is of course use social media marketing, so you can promote your Shopify and Etsy store and drive traffic to your listing by posting it on Facebook and Instagram ads, or even you can use influencer marketing like I have mentioned before. And the last one is, of course, as always, analyze your result. So when we talk about entrepreneur, we have to notice that there is behavior accountability, which falls into two parts. One is victim behaviors, which we always think or consider that everything happened to us, or the accountable behaviors that this mindset means that we think that any kind of things that happen it's because of us doing certain things, and we are in the victim behaviors. We are unaware or unconscious, so we blame others, we blame the environments for not achieving our goals, we make personal excuses, we talk bad, or we put so much negative self-talk to ourselves, and we only wait and hope. So we hope that our business is going to grow potentially and, and exponentially, and you just blame the environment or the people around you if it doesn't go in your way. But in the accountable behaviors, you try to acknowledge the reality. If it's not happen as you wish, you know that you need to embrace the challenge. You know that you need to find solution and make it happen instead of only wait and hope. So this two behavior you have to notice, especially if you want to be an entrepreneur. You cannot be in the victim mindset or victim behaviors for too long because it brings you more weight to your entrepreneurship journey. So next is challenges and opportunities for innovative minds. So we know exactly that even nowadays, compared to years ago, that I have said before many times that everything changed constantly, and even in those previous eras, those kind of entrepreneurs, they already have their own challenges and setbacks. But nowadays, in the special 21st century era, we also often face a variety of challenges in the fast-paced of digital world, not only for entrepreneurs, actually for all people as well. But we need to hold some key challenges that entrepreneurs may face. Next, first is competition. So yeah, people are trying to be as innovative as much. So it means like we have more competitors, right? And with the rise of digital technology, competition in many industry has become more intense than ever because one person learns specific knowledge from YouTube, then the other person try to learn it as well. And then it means like so many people gather together with the same knowledge. So many people try to make the same product. So many people try to make same services. So it brings us more competitors. But innovative minds must be able to differentiate themselves from their competitors and offer unique value proposition to their customers. Next challenge is uncertainty. Like I have mentioned many times before, that the digital world is constantly changing, and new technology, trends, and regulation can create uncertainty for entrepreneurs. So, in this set, innovative minds must be able to adapt to this change and pivot their strategies when necessary. That's why, in the characteristic of innovative minds, we need to be adaptable because, yeah, it's constant change. Maybe we have learned a specific lesson back to 2 years ago, but nowadays with so many new advancement of technology, we have to learn more. Even let's say in the different niche, which is still can relate to our business. So we have to be able to set the mindset of the lifelong learning, so we can keep up with trends. Next is failure. So, like I have mentioned before, we actually have to eliminate the word of failure in our minds because yeah, it's a natural part of the entrepreneurial journey, but it can be difficult for innovative minds to overcome. And in this case, entrepreneurs must be able to learn from their failures and use them as opportunities to grow and improve. Next challenge is limited resources because many innovative minds they face limited resources like maybe difficulty for having funding, time, or even talent. Maybe especially for mompreneur that they have to take care of their children at home, but they still want to achieve their dreams. So they have a challenge with the limited resources because of the funding. Maybe the other people or the other partner don't believe that you can keep up with your business because you still have to deal with your children, for example, at home, or you have a limited time because you have to take care of your children. In this case, for a mompreneur. So the other problem or challenges that entrepreneur might have nowadays is managing growth. So, as innovative minds achieve success, they may face new challenges related to scaling and managing their growth. So, in this case, the entrepreneur must be able to develop effective systems and processes to manage their operation and meet the demands of their customers. Let's say you have implemented your growth models or your smart goals when you want to start your business and you have achieved the success based on your target, because like I have mentioned, every person has their unique target for achieving success, right? And then you get stuck. How can I leverage this business? And when you feel this thing, you have to consider to create effective system since the first place, since the beginning. Because yeah, when you, let's say when you already achieve a specific big amount of money as you wish, and then you are having it in the halfway, you might get extra difficulties to figure out the next system to be more effective and to leverage your business. So next is strategies for unleashing the entrepreneurial spirit. So I put 5 ways in here. The first one is networking. So networking is really important for entrepreneurs. Actually, not only for entrepreneurs, but for all people who are doing business. Because networking means that we can connect with the potential customer, partners, and investors, and of course, mentor. So we can increase our networking by joining in online communities and reach out to people in your network to build relationship and expand your reach. So when you have a time or opportunities to attend, whether it's online or in-person events related to a business or to a marketing, it's better to join with it because it can bring you new knowledge and new opportunities as you gather with like-minded people. Our environment really plays another important role in our growth success of business because we can learn from other people's success and you can see as well how is the other people or how's the successful entrepreneur's behavior and you can put them as role model. That's why it's really important to be or to surround ourselves with like-minded people. I have seen so many quotes on social media. Like if you hang out with the four billionaires, then you're going to be the 5 billionaires. But if you hang out with a certain maybe bad people, you're going to be the next bad people. I'm not going to say that we can rely on that quote much, but I'm going to say that our environment really sometimes shape us. But again, like I have said, with the accountable behavior, we cannot blame others about things that happen to us because what happened is even though you are in the bad environment as well, you always have to choose, you always have an option whether you want to stay in there or whether you want to go outside of that environment. Next is continuous learning. So again, I'm saying that digital world is constantly changing and it means that entrepreneurs and startup founders, they need to stay up to date with the latest trends so they don't get left behind. They have to update with the technology and best practice. So you can read industry blogs and publication to keep up with the current trends or attend workshop and conference and invest in online courses and training programs to stay ahead of the curve. Because yeah, it's really important to implement the lifelong learning because we always have to learn something new. Maybe we know that we have learned certain specific subject, but and then after a year there's new innovation that we need to learn again. Next is taking calculated risks. Like you can see in here, I'm not putting taking risks only because when I'm saying taking risks, many people might get misconception about this term. Because yeah, I'm just taking a risk. I'm just taking a risk because my intuition tells me to do that. So sometimes it doesn't realistic to our reality. So we have to taking calculated risk that's on the reality. Okay, not only taking risks by only because of our intuition says it to ourselves to take that risk. So entrepreneurs must be willing to take calculated risks. We want to take the risk, but we have to calculate it first. That's why I'm putting here taking calculated risks to achieve the success. But yeah, like I have said before, it doesn't mean like a blind step. We have to make any kind of research before we are taking that risk. Because when we have more data about a specific things, about a specific project, then it's make us easier to make a decision that can really help to bring us to the right choice for doing it. Because if it's only based on the word of mouth, for example, it's not going to get you very far. But if your decision based on the data and insight, it's going to be more useful for you. Next is, of course, we need to embrace failure. Like I have mentioned, failure is a natural part of the entrepreneur, and we need to put ourselves in the growth mindset. So we want to learn from our mistakes, and instead of against our maybe our pending success story, we can use them as opportunities to grow and improve. Next is still related to the first step, which is networking. Surround yourself with supportive people because supportive people encourage you to take the risk, pursue your goals, and push beyond your comfort zone. Sometimes our best version of ourselves is not in our comfort zone. If we don't take out of our comfort zone, we have never know how much power, how much limit we hold in ourselves. So you can start joining mastermind groups or online communities that help you stay motivated and accountable, or even a hire a coach or a mentor is really important as well. So in today's fast digital world, embracing entrepreneurship and innovation is more important than ever before. Yeah, I could say that whether you are start your own business or simply advance your career, these qualities that I have mentioned since the first, like innovative mindset, can really help you to succeed in any field. And actually, why we need to embrace the entrepreneurship nowadays, especially in this digital era, because by becoming entrepreneur, we can control our own destiny and create something that is unique for ourselves, which can bring more opportunities or job opportunities for other people as well. And by being an entrepreneur and having a really great vision and mission to have to make a difference in this world, it means that we bring a positive impact in this world, right? To the society, to the world, to the community. So it can give you an additional pleasure as well to have it. But even though maybe some of my participants today you are not interested in starting your own business, I do really encourage you to still embrace innovation because we live in a constant change. We have to still implement the adaptive mindset or the growth mindset because yeah, if we are being stubborn, or if we only keep telling ourselves that the knowledge that we have or the skills that we have is already enough, then we're going to get left behind, right? So I encourage all of our participants today to embrace entrepreneurship and innovation in your personal and professional lives. So you need to take a risk and think outside of the box and pursue your passion. So by doing so, you can unlock your full potential and achieve success beyond your wildest dreams. And why I accept that it can bring you personal and professional benefits as well by maybe implementing this innovative mindset, because this thing, this leadership role the entrepreneur has really implement in themselves, need to balance the life, need to balance their work and personal life. That's why it's really important as well. So, to conclude my presentation for today, embracing entrepreneurship and innovation is a vital into this digital world. Whether you're starting a business or advancing your career, this quality can help you succeed. So, by taking risks, thinking creatively, and pursuing your passion, you can unlock your full potential and make a positive impact to the world, because yeah, you bring a difference in this world. So don't be afraid to embrace entrepreneurship and innovation in your personal and professional life. Don't forget to be a person that implements positive self-talk to yourself before you start the business. And don't forget to tell yourself how good you are for having interest, for having desire to be an entrepreneur, because we all know that it's not going to be an easy journey. It's going to be a long journey. So you have to encourage yourself to really eliminate the self-doubt even before you start it. So thank you so much for your attention and for your time in today's session. I do really hope that you all can take some takeaways or some lesson from my presentation from today. So I'm giving back to the moderator.